Morning, you guys. Holy crap, I look like a mob wife. That was not the plan today. I have a business meeting after this, and so that's why I'm all, in my leather pants. This is my leather pants dance. Hi. Happy Friday, you guys. Happy Supermoon in Gemini, right? Today I am guided to speak on everything that's being purged right now amongst the collective as far as what's coming up with this moon, right? The moon in general deals with our emotions, right? It deals with our subconscious selves. And this full moon was a doozer, a doozy. It is a doozy. We still have it going on, right? It was officially last night, but you guys know, the day before and the day after, we're still doing the work, right? So I wanted to talk about that today as far as what's coming up for you guys. I woke up yesterday, grabbed my cards and my crystals, and speaking of crystals, can you see my crystals? No, right? Okay. We got some big boys in today. Got to use these things for something, but this one wants to stay out. I grabbed my cards and my crystals yesterday morning. I was ready to go outside, do my sun charging, my breath work, get my intentions set for this supermoon, right? And I'm standing there sun charging, right? And next thing I know, I'm burst into tears, right? I burst into tears, and I was not expecting that. I didn't have anything consciously that I was working to clear yesterday morning. And my ex came up immediately, right? And so I tell you guys this because you're going to be having what I speak of come up for you, right? Whatever relationship that is, whatever thing that is, right? That needs to go. It needs to be cut out. It needs to be released with love. It's going to come up. It's coming up for you now, right? And a lot of people who are not awake and aware of what's happening on the planet as these frequencies continue to come in through the sun, from 3i Atlas, from other intergalactic vessels, right? And as we move closer to this galactic center, the energy is raising, the energy is shifting, we're leveling up, right? And in order to level up with the planet, we have to process this shit. So let's talk about it. I was standing there, and next thing I know, I have tears running down my face, pouring down my face. And I see my ex in my mind's eye. And next thing I know, my Andromedan aspect stepped forward. He's real serious. He's very to the point. And he helps me with these sort of multi-dimensional mechanical removal of certain things when I need it. So I see my ex. And as I'm seeing my ex, I can see all of his family members standing back here, right? And let's see, my entire healing team, right? All of my aides, energetic aides in the field are there, and my ex's everyone I've met in his family were there. So I'm like, okay, I just went with it, right? And next thing I knew, I was speaking out loud to him. It's making me emotional thinking about it now. I found myself thanking him for the role that he played in my life, right? For the karmic contract that we had together. I thanked him for that, right? Because without him, I would never have left Sedona. I would have never gotten sober. And I would have never been here speaking to you guys again online. The reason I'm guided to share again majorly is because I'm clear. I would never want to share with you guys under the influence or when my field is like this, because I was still actively drinking, right? But anyway, without him, none of this would be happening. And so I see that for what it is, you know? The 3D ego, hurt and pain over certain things that went down, that all was brought up and released on my end anyway, right? And I found myself apologizing to him for not being the partner that I'm here to be for someone, right? For not being at my highest. He's never experienced me sober. He's never experienced me at my highest, and so I apologize to him for that. And so I'm telling you guys these things because these things are going to come up for you, and it's so important to stop and feel the feelings, right? Feel the feelings. Try to zoom out and see the situation for what it is and appreciate it and love it, right? I still love this person so much. I will never not love this person, but you know, I broke up with him and ended things for a reason, right? Because it was just an unhealthy situation, right? So, you know, my wish for you guys is to feel the feelings, right? Because those of us who are not processing these things, right, or the collective that's asleep and completely unaware of what's going on energetically, you're going to find that the people around you are really angsty and anxious, and it's almost like you want to crawl out of your skin kind of energy, right? Because if we're not looking at these feelings and these things coming up that need to go, they can no longer exist here, period, end of. Energetically, these addictions, these karmic contracts that are no longer valid, these cords to people, places, and things, right? Whether it's, you know, we all have our vices, right? We all have our things that we do to soothe ourselves in this, you know, welcome to 3D planet Earth fucking duality, physical reality. Like, you know, like we all have our stuff to kind of step out of that for a moment and chill. But now is the time to be looking at that and seeing what serves you, because anything that doesn't needs to go. So, as I was speaking to my ex, my Andromedan aspect came forward. I acknowledged him. I saw my spirit team around his family. And once I finished talking to him, my Andromedan zoomed me out from the planet to my highest, right? My angelic state. And on the inhale, my wings, now I'm me looking down at the planet, right? From my conscious cord, my soul stream. I talk about this in my energy video, you guys. I'm now looking down at the planet and I can see my cord because I'm now in the perspective of my highest self. So my wings come up like this and light blast down the cord, and then I came back into my body, and there was a ring that came down my Andromedan helped me with, and it was like clear, right? And it cut all the cords to this person that still remained in my field, right? I dissolved our karmic contract yesterday. I set him free with love, with gratitude for the role that he played, right? And then one by one, my spirit team kept rotating his family members to the front And I did the same exact thing with each and every one of them, right? Thank you. You are no longer needed here, right? I appreciate and love every single thing that you've done for me, every experience we've had together, you know, et cetera, whatever that is, right? And so one by one, I went through, I released his family. And then I just sat there feeling so relieved. Like it was like a million pounds came off me. And so that's what happened yesterday. And I'm sharing this with you guys because, again, these things are coming up for everybody, right? And hold space for those around you and your family who don't realize what's happening, who, you know, for example, this morning, you know, my dad, he doesn't understand what I do. He doesn't understand the things I speak of, but he respects it, right? But this morning, we had like a little leak happening from the faucet in the kitchen. And instead of doing my normal morning routine, which was, I was so excited to do, right? You know, first thing in the morning, you guys, I'm going to speak about this in my Starseed life hack video that's coming up. My mornings are so sacred and important for me, right? It's my quiet time. It's my phone off time. It's my tea time or my smoothie time or my coffee time, my meditation time, my sun charging, whatever it is, right? It's where I set my intentions for the day, right? And I chose to ignore that to help my dad out this morning. And so I tell you guys this because he snapped at me this morning. And in that moment, I didn't engage, right? Because he wanted me to hook in, or excuse me, he wanted to hook into me and get me to engage with this energy, right? This frustration. And it's not him that wants that. It's whatever's running him, right? They don't like me very much. Let's just say that. I'll just leave that there. But I didn't engage. He snapped at me, and instead of snapping back, I said, Dad, I'm done. And I walked away, and I went in my room, and I got ready, and here we are. So don't engage people, right? Because you guys are going to be feeling angsty too, right? I've been on energetic eggshells all week, ready to fucking snap on somebody, right? Jersey wants to come out real bad. Not anymore so much now that I've done my processing and my healing from this energetic wave, but all week I was just waiting for someone to look at me the wrong way so I could just be like, you know? We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want her, right? Fire shooting out of my eyes and shit. So, you know, when you guys are feeling like this, stop what you're doing and check in with your heart, check in with your solar plexus, right? Your gut, your knowingness. Call on your spirit family for help, right? They're there and they're waiting for you to call on them. We have to purge this stuff, right? I feel like I'm rambling now, so I'm going to wrap it up. But these things that are coming up, they have to go. And you guys are going to see in your own lives a major split happening amongst the population, where those of us who are awake and coming, you know, going with the planet, and people are waking up more and more every day, by the way. Timelines are changing every single second, with every thought, with every choice, with every action every single being is making. The timeline's shifting one way or another, right? Are we serving ourselves, or are we coming from our hearts and seeing things from a higher perspective? Boom, boom. But you guys will see this massive split happening. I saw the doors really blast open on the 6th of October. You guys have heard me talk about the 6th of October. I was lit up for 3 days straight. I was channeling. I was not in this reality. And that was when I was like, oh shit, like it's going down, you know? And 11/11 was the second wave where I was like, okay, I could see around me like the split, the two major timelines, or the two major facets of the population here, right? Those that are ascending with the planet and those that are not, right? And those that are not, it's not a bad thing. It's okay. whether that's by soul choice or, you know, karmic contract or whatever it is. We're all here for soul growth in the end, right? But you can clearly see around you those who have no chance, like it's not happening this incarnation, you know? And then those of us who are, you know, I find every single day people who I can plant seeds with. I'm guided to plant seeds with, right? When I go into a store or a public space and I scan, I'm sometimes guided to not help, right? Help's the wrong word. To initiate conversation with certain people that I may be able to plant seeds with, right? But you guys have to be careful with that too, because it's a whole karmic thing. You're never allowed to interfere with anyone else's journey unless you're asked, right? Anytime I do a reading or I tap into somebody's energy field, I ask permission, right? I asked permission from my ex's higher self to tap in yesterday and do some energy work, and I got the green light, right? I got the, right? So be mindful of that. But you'll be able to tell around you those you can kind of help activate, and those who they're just a lost cause, right? And I don't say that demeaningly. I just say it for lack of a better word. They're not making it this time around. It's fine. Leave it, right? It took me a long time to get over that I couldn't save the entire planet, right? But it's not even about that. So I'm getting off on a different topic here, but the split in mass consciousness is very clear, right? And it's becoming more obvious every day through the news and the propaganda and all the bullshit we're seeing play out. It's just getting more and more circus-like by the minute. So I have lots more videos coming. But today I was guided, this morning I was guided to speak on doing the work that's coming up. You guys face the stuff, deal with the stuff, transmute these dense frequencies, these anger, these frustrations, these hurts, these pains, these woes, you know. It's not like I was sitting in bed sobbing all day yesterday over my ex. It doesn't work that way, right? For me right now, anyway. But we need to face and process the things that are still lingering, right? I still had so much frustration and anger towards this person that I didn't look at for the past year, because I was just like, I dumped his ass, like whatever, I wish him the best, I love him, this, that, the other. We've still been in contact on and off, but that has to end as well, right? So it's just time to look at the relationships in your life, at the habits in your life, food, sex, drugs, alcohol, gambling, whatever it is. Look at it. Is it serving you in your ascension process? If not, deuces, right? Clear, cancel, release. Right? So, do your work. I'm freezing. I'm going to go back to my car. But I will be filming more videos this afternoon, and so those will be coming too. I hope you guys had a beautiful full moon. And I really hope that you take this opportunity while these energies are present to allow yourself to feel these things that you don't want to feel, right? It's all going to be okay, guys. It's all going to be okay. We're all going to be fine. But, yeah, I love you. I'll see you guys very soon. Ciao for now.
Maybe change ain't always breaking. Maybe it's just making space for the person I'm becoming in this unfamiliar place. In this place, yeah. Learning how to bend, not break. Don't learning what it means to shake, yeah. Off the old and embrace what the new conditions make. Conditions change, conditions change. Things stay the same, but conditions change. conditions change. Oh, they change. Conditions change. Yeah, they change. I remain, I remain, I remain.